Forward TV. The world is thinking.
Christopher, you recently became an American citizen. Congratulations. Yes, you had a ceremony on the steps of the Jefferson Memorial that seemed to be very significant for you. What's the significance?
Well, there's a private one, which is a bit sentimental, but I'm his biographer in a small way.
Yes.
April 13 is his birthday, also mine. So I thought, why miss the chance to make a slightly larger statement? And I put up my hand to take the oath and said that I particularly had in mind the Virginia Statute on Religious Freedom, which became the basis of our First Amendment, the separation of church and state, and the secularism and democracy of Jefferson. And I coined my new slogan about the wall of separation, which is, Mr. Jefferson, build up that wall.
Right. Now, he's the author of the Jefferson Bible. Do you find that quaint or irrelevant, or is there anything in the sensibility he had about spirituality at the time that offers anything of interest to you?
Mr. Jefferson was, as far as we know, a deist. He thought that there might well have been a creator of the world, a designer, but that this designer didn't any longer intervene in our lives. And he took a razor blade in one hand and the New Testament in the other, and he cut out everything that was supernatural, unbelievable, discreditable, and that left him with a very short book. And many people think that it left us with, as he thought, the moral teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. But in my opinion, that's a vain proposition, because those propositions are not ethical unless you believe that Jesus was the Son of God, which Jefferson didn't, and neither do I.
In just the last couple of weeks, you've tongue-tied some of the most well-known television interviews in the United States, everyone from Anderson Cooper on CNN to Sean Hannity on Fox News to Bill Maher on HBO. What is it about you that makes people so tongue-tied when you challenge them?
I think sexual charisma.
Anything else?
I think it's just the recognition of an alpha male. Wouldn't you say? I mean,
I'm trying to be objective.
That plus their view that one can only, I don't say this of Bill, but of the Hannity-Combs lot, that you can't come on to talk about Jerry Falwell when he's dead unless you're willing to say something nice. I say, well, what if I don't want to say that? Am I not allowed on?
Right.
Is it really the case that in the United States you must say only nice things about a dead scumbag? I don't think that that's true or American.
You oppose the Vietnam War. You were very active politically as a leftist in Europe, and you support the administration in this war. Are they different wars, or did you evolve in some way and develop a different point of view?
Well, they are different wars, but the thing that makes my two positions congruent, I believe, is this. In the case of Vietnam, I couldn't find anyone I didn't like or thought was an enemy of mine. I wanted the Vietnamese people to have a unified independent country, as they should have done in 1945 when they threw out the French. There's no need for them to go through another war to have a unified independent Vietnam. In the case of Iraq, it's another front in a much tougher, more venomous war against the parties of God. And you can tell what that war is like very easily by seeing in Cambodia, some people had to wait to see what the Khmer Rouge would be like before they took over. In Iraq, we already know, we're not fighting the Viet Cong in Iraq, we're fighting the Khmer Rouge. The parties of God want to reduce the country on their own account to beggary, shame, misery, destruction. They want to reduce it to another Somalia. It's a noble thing for the United States to be saying that those people can never have a country like Iraq, or any other country either.
So what will a good outcome...
We will deny the parties of God a victory.
What will a good outcome to the war look like after the next presidential election if things go well?
I don't care about the next presidential election. I don't care about any candidate who doesn't say that this is the most important thing, but what a victory would look like would be this. A complete defeat for the parties of God in Iraq and Afghanistan, accompanied by a complete humiliation of them, discrediting their evil, sadistic, barbaric politics and practices, and being proud to say that the United States is the country that stands between them and their victory anywhere or any place or any time. That's something a good person could give a life to.
This morning you were number 7 in sales on Amazon, besides it being because of your writing skills and promotion skills. What chord do you think you've struck in this country that resonates with so many people?
Why don't I exaggerate or take you up on it? As of this afternoon, I'm number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list as well. The next one you see will, and I know it's not because of my blue eyes. It's because great colleagues and predecessors of mine, Richard Dawkins, Daniel Dennett, Sam Harris, and others, have manured the ground for this and prepared a resistance, long overdue, to religious bullying and clerical big mouth intimidation. People are fed up with it. They want to show they're fed up with the Pope saying that AIDS is bad but condoms are worse, with people like the late Falwell saying that children in America should be stultified by being taught pseudoscience in school instead of real science, with the Iranian fanatics who want the end of the world to come with their 12th Imam, so-called, this tooth fairy god of theirs, and with the other hand, stealing the means to make a nuclear weapon. Every page you turn, every paper, every day shows the deadly threat posed by faith and the faithful. The Jewish settlers on the West Bank who want to bring on the Messiah in the end of days. These people mean us harm, and civilization has to be defended against them. If I can play a tiny part in that, tiny part, I know I won't have wasted my time.
Christopher, enjoy the event tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Sure.